Okay, here we go. Prodigy mystery box. I ordered this about a week ago, just came in, and don't know what's in here. These are discs that I have no idea what they are, all a mystery to me, and I'm curious. I do have an all Prodigy bag right now, so I'm curious which one of these discs are gonna make my bag, which ones I'm gonna like. If there's some that I'm not gonna like, I know that there's gonna be hopefully some good stuff. I did ask for 2 putters, the same putters, some mid-rangers. So I got a variety of stuff, but let's see. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through these, and then I'm gonna go play 9 holes with just these discs to show you how they fly and talk to you about how they feel. So let's open this thing up and get into it. Hopefully I don't cut myself. The fluff of all fluff. We got a first disc here. Let's dive in. All wrapped up, which I'm always curious why they wrap up the first disc, but if you know, put it in the comments. The PA3, the soft PA3 Isaac Robinson edition disc. This thing is really sick. I don't know if you can really see from that far away, but this is the soft fractal 300 plastic. The fractal is so cool. It is, they say it's calm and chaotic. It actually makes a lot of sense. It's super, super cool. The feel, this is very grippy 300 soft plastic, but still firm on the outsides. Like the outsides are not soft, but it definitely has some give. So I should have another one of these, I'm guessing. Ooh. Okay, the next disc is a really cool disc. This is a D2, and this is a Minnesota Wild D2. So Prodigy has been doing this collab with the NHL, and I'm not a huge hockey guy, but this is a really cool stamp. Minnesota Wild. I don't really have a hockey team I would cheer for, but maybe this will be it. Feels so good, the glow plastic. This has a high chance of making my bag. I just lost to D2, or my backup D2, so hopefully this feels so good. This glow plastic. I'll say this, if you haven't thrown Prodigy in a while, or maybe you just heard the memes and all this stuff, Foundation, whoever talk about how bad their plastic is, go try it out again. Their new plastic has been feeling so good. This is the 500 glow plastic, and it feels incredible. I mean, this feels better than any plastic I'm feeling from anyone else. So I really like it. The Wild stamp is super cool. If you're a hockey person, you can get any of your teams. So that'll be useful on the course today. The D1, Isaac Robinson, World Champ D1. This is in the, hold on. This is in the, I think the 500 Glimmer. There's like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from here, but it's like a shiny, almost like a luster type of metal flake type of glimmer to it. And then it has his big logo kind of hidden ghost stamp on this. This feels really good. No flashing to be heard of. None of their new discs really have that much flashing, besides like FX2s and stuff like that, but feels so good. I'm excited. I do need like an overstable forehand disc. Okay, this next disc is not a disc that I've ever thrown. It is a Aceline F Model OS. Just a regular Pro Flex. Never really thrown too many of these type of discs. I've thrown the P model stuff. Nothing really beyond that. This is a 10-5-2-4, so like supposedly no turn at all. It feels really good. I will say one thing with Prodigy that I'm still trying to discover with my own game is, when I throw Innova, when I throw other brands, they have a very, a Firebird disc that feels good in the hand. This is a disc I've had before, but I don't have right now. I actually have this disc, but not this plastic. There's another fractal, I think like a 300 plastic, M4. So this is the Kale LaVisca Bat Signature Series M4. Kind of nice. I do need, my M4 right now is pretty straight, not as flippy. So maybe with this plastic, if I throw it long enough, I can get this to flip up and turn for me, like long turns through the woods and stuff. So I like it. I'm curious to see how that flies. 2 discs left, another mid, a new mid. I've never thrown this, never felt it. MX2. MX2. I've been very curious about this disc. This is actually one that I suggested for the mystery box, but this is in the 500 plastic. This thing feels absolutely incredible. It says 5403, so kind of an interesting spot for them. I'm guessing a very similar flight to the MX one. What it feels like to me is almost feels like an A3 without the bead, or like similar to like a Cayman or a Gator or something like that. It's more rounded rim and not as much of like a, you know, like a Rock or a Buzz or something like that. So last one in the bag here, we have this is a really cool stamp. This is a 500 A2. Wow, that is super nice. The plastic feels really good. No flashing. So I think, it's an Isaac Robinson stamp. So a lot of Isaac Robinson stuff in this, but yeah, that feels really good. I love the A2. That is my go-to approach disc right now. I love it because it's so stable, and it's almost like, you know, some of those other discs, Toro, Zones, they're not stable enough to where if you accidentally chop it over, you know, it's gonna flip on you. This thing, I think you can just power as much, almost like a roller angle, and you're gonna get that thing to fight back, which in the woods and stuff, and especially open when it's windy, knowing that you can throw something hard and get it to come back and kind of dig into the ground, you need that. So I already have an A2, but we'll see how this one compares. Let's get out to the course. Let's see what I can shoot with this Prodigy disc mystery box. Hole one, we're gonna play 7 holes here at Bill Allen in, I guess this would be the Colony, Texas. Fun little course here. I'm gonna start with the MX2. Threw it a couple times out in the field. It's pretty stable. So reminds me a lot of an A3. So I'm gonna try to just give us a lot of height. There's OB long, so just play it short, see how stable it kind of crashes. I guess right around that tree is kind of the goal. That might be OB. Nope. I don't know if you saw that, but kind of perfect. These PA3s, they're pretty stable actually. I was playing with them in the practice basket. And pretty stable. Pick up the birdie right there. Since I have you here, we are getting close, kind of, to that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a goal of ours. By the end of this year, we want to have 1,000 subs. We're gonna do a giveaway, bag probably 20 to 30 discs. We're working on that right now. But if you're interested, man, subscribe right now. It's gonna be one of our subscribers that wins that bag. We might do multiple giveaways for that, but 1,000 subs. If you're watching, we'd love to have you join the little fan. So it's very low ceiling. You kind of want to get something up there that skips a little bit right. You have a putt, maybe like 250 feet. F model OS, which I'm actually really hoping is a perfect forehand disc because I really need something a little better than what I got. So really bad throw. That was so bad. I'm gonna try this little putt. Have like a little ceiling, really low ceiling again. But I like these putters. I used to putt with PA3 softs, and the ones I had were a little more beat in than this, but put them like left of the basket and they get a little turn to them and then crash in there. They're probably the best I've ever been at circle 2 looks, but this is gonna be a tough one. I gotta hit this like little gap right here to get the right height. Sit. Well, I took a par. Island hole, there's a little creek right before it, but ace opportunity. I'm gonna go with the A2. So my other real option would be like the PA3, but I wanna try this. I like this forehand line where you kind of give it some angle through the gap, kind of let it circle back. So we'll love the ace, that'd be sick. A little far, sit. I don't even know if you can see that. That's good. I will say, carrying a box, my hand's starting to hurt, so I'm gonna start carrying it with that left hand, but carrying this box full of discs, not fun. All right, this hole is 230 feet, so a lot of shorter holes here. Straight ahead, kind of downhill, there's trees blocking it. You can either go spike hyzer, you can go like, there's a lot of routes. Because I'm trying to use all of my discs off the tee, I'm actually gonna go with the M4 straight at it, which is not my normal play. But maybe I'll go a little high. Yeah, I'll go a little high and see if I can get it to curl back in. I would love this thing to be flippy-ish. I love it. Maybe too far. Hit something. You know, at the trees, it's like you throw into this crazy gap of trees, and when you want it to hit something, it never does. And when you don't, it always does. Disc golf is funny like that. Yeah, not too bad. Might be a weird angle. Stretch out a little bit here. Put it right in the basket. Just, 500 something feet, pretty long. I think it's a little more than that now, almost 600 feet. Par 4. You go uphill, there's OB right. There's a pond that's like 600 feet away, so you don't have to worry about that really. But I'm just gonna throw as far as I can. That's kind of nice about this hole. The approach is what makes this hole a little tricky. So I got this D2 Wild, Minnesota Wild one is, I hope this is just amazing. That's my goal. I'm gonna throw it flat, power, kind of hopefully let it drift over to the right. But if you in left, it's not terrible. So stable. Whoa, that's so stable. That approach won't be terrible, but that's crazy stable. I would go with the MX2 normally. I just don't, it's hard to judge the distance. I'm gonna actually go with the M or the F Model OS and just throw like a hyzer. Hopefully stick the hill. That's so long. Psych, that's perfect. Yeah, D1 is interesting for this hole though. I'm very curious. Oh, I turned it. Get over there. Get through it. Goner. A little stressful there with people watching. Pulled it a little bit. I'm gonna go PA3. Pretty stable when I threw it earlier, so hopefully it's the same. Hyzer it out a little bit, but that's in circle. Just put it in the basket here, walk away with the bogey. Easy as that. Man, that's a bummer to lose that, but I'm going to M4. It's kind of just a straight type of gap shot, kind of what this should be made for. You want to kind of hit it a little lower, let it fade out that right side and get up on the hill. I faded out right, it's just gonna hit that tree and fall. All right, so I'm right in the middle. This is where I wish I was like Simon Lazat and I could just throw his little floaty throws, but I'm not. I'm gonna do a little jump putt. Just give it some height. Height's the most important thing. It's not going uphill, just give it the right height. All right, probably a 60 footer. Oh my gosh, that was the wrong height. That's gonna be it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I would definitely suggest, they got a great Prodigy box there, and I like Prodigy discs a lot. So if you've never tried them or you just heard other people talk about them, go try them yourself. You can get a good mystery box from them. Has a good variety. And thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. Remember, we're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Do your part right now. Hit the like, subscribe button. We'll catch you next time on Macktown Disc Golf. Mwah!